When you grow up overshadowed by a sibling who's always praised, you get good at seeing the world from the edges. My sister, Anna, was the exemplified kid. Scholarships, trophies, parents who posted her slices of success like proud headlines. I became an exercise in being useful, fixing things, playing the middle of fights, making practical choices because my strengths didn't fit neatly into the highlight reel. I stopped competing. Instead, I learned to pour energy into small, meaningful things. I fixed Mom's phone one winter night after she dropped it in the sink. I cooked dinner for Dad when overtime made him home at midnight. I volunteered at the community center on weekends, and in secret, kept a sketchbook of small studies, faces, city corners, light on laundry lines. Those sketches were for me. Private maps of the life I actually lived. The day the school announced an interdisciplinary showcase, I almost didn't enter. My teacher nudged me, said, "Bring that painting, please. People will see." I rolled my eyes and said, "Okay." I spent weeks deep in color and charcoal, working late when the house was quiet. The painting that later stood on display wasn't a gimmick. It was a confession dressed as art. Splashes that held the fatigue and the flickers of hope. The night of the showcase, our family showed up late. They congratulated Anna in the foyer, took her picture by the scholarship poster, and hovered where they always hovered, near the athletic displays, the loud trophies. For the first 30 minutes, I thought maybe they'd stay that way because patterns are stubborn. The judges called winners at the end of the night. When they announced my piece, the room shifted like wind through pages. People tapped their neighbors, surprised eyes traveling across the gallery. Mom and Dad suddenly stood before my painting as if discovering a room in our house they'd never opened. They read the plaque. They read the little paragraph I'd written about being seen when the house is dark. That night they asked questions. Not the casual surface level, "we're proud" line. The questions that suggested real attention. How did you mix these colors? What does this line mean? Anna hugged me, real and surprised. My parents' faces moved from reflex congratulation to a look I hadn't seen much, curiosity. For once the light was on me, and it warmed more than it burned. I learned something essential in that moment. Being overlooked doesn't negate who you are. Sometimes the world just waits for a reason to look, and when it finally looks, it can be unexpectedly generous. I also learned my parents' love wasn't a finite resource. It could expand if we let it. It was a small miracle of reorientation, the kind of thing families are bad at and occasionally good at when nobody expects it.